Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. Well guys, the summer is here and now I'm starting to work on getting my summer decor up and getting it together. And I am looking at what I normally use for my summer front door decor. And I love using the Nautica beachy theme for my summer decor throughout my home. So as I pull out the wreath that I normally use, it is all worn. As you can see here, I made it about 3 or 4 years ago using the bubble technique, and it is time for me to redo it. So come join me and let me show you how I transform this wreath into the new wreath that I'm going to do for my summer decor. For this part of the project, you're going to need a 16-inch wire frame and whatever colors you're using in Deco mesh. I got these from the Dollar Tree. I thought they had the perfect nautical colors this year, and as well as these pipe cleaners. Now you want to take the two of the colors you're going to use and stack them on top of each other and layer them like you've seen I've done here. And then you're going to go 1, 2, 3 to that third row on your frame, and you're going to split the mesh between both of that third row. You're going to split them and bring them in on both sides. And then as you see here, I'm starting at that cross bar, and then I am going to twist the end of it and attach it to the crossbar with one of these pipe cleaners. So that's how you're going to secure it down to get it started. And what you want to do is make sure that you secure it really tight, and then split both sides of the mesh, bring it up through that one piece of line of metal and just pull it up and tighten it up as you pull. I'm not sure, I believe this method is called the ribbon method. Not quite sure, but the one thing I realized with this type of mesh from the Dollar Tree, it's okay, but you're going to use more using this, and it's raveling. As you can see here, I had to clip it as it go. I used the bubble method in the last wreath I did at the beginning that I show you, and with that mesh, the mesh came from Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and their mesh is much more thicker and it's a better quality. So I just wanted to throw that out there. The Dollar Tree mesh, of course, is what it is from the Dollar Tree, and that's the quality you're going to get. So using this, you're going to see that it's threading a lot and it's shredding, and you're going to have to cut off a lot of the threads from it, and you will use a little more, but it is durable. You're going to keep doing this until you get to that next crossbar, and that is where you're going to secure the next spot with your pipe cleaner. So So that's what I'm doing here. I've done that method all the way till I got to the next crossbar. Now I will say I'm only doing the bottom half of this wreath in these colors because this is going to represent, these two colors represent the ocean and the water, because I am doing a nautical wreath. So I'm only doing 3 sections, and as you can see here, I've finished it, and this is the bottom half that I've done, and this represents the water part. The top half is going to represent the sky. And now, because I'm going to use a lighthouse in the center of this, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to use this burlap or am I going to use this Deco mesh in the color that will make it look like it's a piece of land sitting in the middle of the ocean where the lighthouse will be sitting. But I decided to go ahead and use the Deco mesh, and how I'm going to do it is I'm going to cut 5 pieces of Deco mesh about 6.5 to 7 inches long and that's what I'm doing now, using my roller cutter to cut the Deco mesh, and I'm cutting 5 of these pieces. And here I'm going to take each piece and roll them together, curl them up and roll them together. And then you're going to see I'm going to tie all 5 pieces together to make it, to stick it together. And then I'm going to attach it to the center of the frame. Now this is what it looks like when it's done, and it does give the illusion that it's a piece of land or there in the center of the ocean. Now next I'm going to work on the sky part of it using a light blue, a white, and then the same royal blue. Now these two, and this is all I have left over of the royal blue from Hobby Lobby, and this is blue here is different because this is the Dollar Tree one, and it is a lot thinner than this one. Now the light blue also came from Hobby Lobby, and this white that I have is Dollar Tree. So you're gonna, if you work with the difference, you will see it and you will be able to tell when you're working with it. So I'm using this light blue and I'm gonna layer it with the white and with the dark blue on the bottom, the light blue in the middle, and the white. And I'm gonna do the same method as I showed you in the beginning up top. The white and the light blue is there to make it look more like the sky. So again, you're going to fold your piece together as you see I'm doing here, and then I'm going to put it between the 3rd bar on here, that 3rd ring on here. Now because it is 3 I'm using, it may seem a little more difficult bringing them all up on both sides because I have 3 and it is a different type of mesh. The light blue is the mesh from Hobby Lobby and the darker blue is the Dollar Tree mesh. So trying to get them to stay together could be a little difficult. And here, when you do, once you get it on, I'm going to attach, like I did the first one, to that crossbar to get it started. So that is what I'm doing here. And I'm pretty much doing the same thing as I showed you in the beginning. I'm just pulling it between and gathering them together tightly. And this is what it looks like. And as you can see, it looks a lot tighter because I'm using the Hobby Lobby because it's thicker, and I'm using 3. So if you look really close here and I'm slowing it down, you can see the difference. I have 3, so it makes it thicker, as well as that middle light Deco mesh is a lot thicker than the other 2 from the Dollar Tree. So I just wanted you to see again how I'm pulling it up. It's really easy. It just looks hard, but it really is easy, and I'm slowing it down because it does take a little bit to do it. It's not going to be fast, but it is easy. Now that I've gotten that part finished, this is what it looks like. Now for this wreath, I will be attaching it to the larger wreath frame. So normally if you're going to use this by itself, here is where you would go in and do the same method again on that row along the second bar, and you would do that all around the full wreath frame to make it fuller. But for me, I'm not going to do that on this one because it's going to be attached to the other wreath that I'm going to do, which is this one. And this is again the wreath that I had. I think I did it about 4 years ago, and all of the materials on here came from Hobby Lobby and Michael's. As you can see here, it's worn, it's starting to thread, but that is pretty good for 4 years. I'm using it. I put it out every summer, only for the summer though. And then this burlap, it's still good. I'm going to reuse it on here. But the Deco mesh, it is time to redo over, and that is what I'm going to do. Take all of this off of here and then just redo it over. And I'm not sure what pieces I'm going to reuse. I am going to use the Lighthouse for sure, but as far as the other pieces that I'm taking off here, I'm not sure what I'm going to use. Again, Deco mesh on here was from Hobby Lobby and Michael's. It lasted 4 seasons, which was every summer for about 4 years. Whereas the Deco mesh I'm using from the Dollar Tree, it's probably not going to last that long. So I'm probably going to have to redo it again sooner than I'm doing it now. So now this is the wreath that I've taken all the old pieces off. I've redid it using the same method as I showed you with the smaller wreath. And now you can see why I did not need it to add that last row on that smaller one, because I needed to put it in here, and I'm going to attach it with the fishing line. And I'm stuffing it in now in there, and you'll see that that second row on the smaller one wasn't needed. Now, the one thing I do want to point out, if you ever do this and you're using 2 wreaths for this particular project, I wanted to make sure that the skyline on both wreaths, where I did the lighter blue and the white, lines up together when you attach them together. You want to make sure the water is lining up with the water on both wreaths, and the skyline is lining up with both of them. Now the next step is to attach both wreaths together, and I'm going to do that by using the fishing line, and I'm going to attach them in 4 spots. And this is just a closer look on how I ran the line from one wreath frame to the other. So now this is what it looks like when it's all secure and it's all done, and I made sure the skylines are lined up together and it's secure on there. So next I'm going to start working on the items to decorate them, and I'm starting out with this lighthouse, and actually it was an old picture frame that I recycled and made it in to use for this. I put some vinyl stick on there for the windows on the lighthouse, so it don't have a hole for me to secure it or to hang it, so I'm just going to hang it with the fishing line, and that's what I'm doing here. So now I have these items that I've gotten from the Dollar Tree. I thought they were so cute. They are coaster picks, and these are seahorses on here with the seaweed and all of the underwater greenery here. And some have the seahorses, and then some have the shells on there. So I decided to use those. I really like them. So I'm going to attach these as well with the fishing line. And I use the fishing line because I can get them on there really good and secure, and they'll stay on there, especially because I'm going to have it on my door with it moving around. I could have easily just stick it in like I would do a floral pick, but I'm going to use the fishing line to make sure that the wind or anything doesn't blow it out. So guys, this is the final look. This is what I did with everything. I used some of the items that I had on here before, and as you go through and look and see, I did not use all of what I had. I didn't use the seashells, and I didn't use the lobster nor the fish. I just stick with the floral picks. So I'm very happy with the way this came out. Like this video, guys, and give it a thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, so you can receive future notifications on my next videos. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.